Well, I believe we've come to a point in the black experience where when a cop outright murders a black man or woman, we start to negotiate how many bullets was sufficient enough, or at least how many years this officer should receive. Now, during the Jason Van Dyke murder trial, you will hear discussions similar to this. Well, if he had shot him twice, but not 16 times, or, well, they got to give him at least 20 years. Now, that's not considering the fact that Jason Van Dyke shouldn't have shot Laquan McDonald to begin with, but he shot him 16 times anyway. So, Jason Van Dyke deserves 96 years. Now, we have a system of justice that's trained us as black people to settle for scraps in whatever capacity. So 81 months wasn't for Jason Van Dyke. 81 months was for us. 81 months is the scraps that we've been given. Well, Michael Ward, the man who killed Idea Pillington, received 84 years in prison for first-degree murder. Now, the contrast is undeniable between Van Dyke and Michael Ward. So why is it that evidence is always adequate and sufficient enough when a black man is involved, but the mountain of evidence never really tells the whole story when a police officer is on trial for murder? These two men they were on trial for the same charge. Now, I'm not saying that Michael Ward didn't kill Idea Pillington. Honestly, I don't know whether he did it or not. What I do know is that Jason Van Dyke murdered Laquan McDonald on tape. He lied, and his henchmen covered it up, undoubtedly. Now, one is white and a cop with numerous complaints and settlements on record for police misconduct. The other is black and was on probation for a gun charge 15 months before Idea Pillington was murdered. Now, who does society tell you to criminalize regardless of evidence? Are you surprised by 84 years versus 84 months? Now, the three police officers who were tried for the cover-up of the Laquan McDonald murder, again, a mountain of evidence, texts, emails, video, testimony. The judge who adjudicated the bench trial said that what we saw we didn't see, and that the video doesn't tell the whole story. Now, if you thought that was insidious, let's talk about treachery, conspiracy, and malice. Judge Stevenson was trial partners on numerous cases with members of the defense team for the three lying officers. Immediately, she should have recused herself from the case. And if you're thinking about voting her out come next election, you can forget about it. She was appointed, so you can't vote her out. Judge Stevenson, she should not have adjudicated this trial. Why? Because, and I'll quote from the IllinoisCourts.org site, IllinoisCourts.org. It says, quote, associate judges may not preside over criminal cases in which the defendant is charged with an offense punishable by imprisonment for 1 year or more, unless approval is received from the Supreme Court. So the question is, who was the Supreme Court judge who approved this? So the vicious cycle of murder, mayhem, deceit, lies, and terrorism continues. How does Black Chicago move forward? Well, unity, of course. We have to have self-worth and self-esteem. It's time for a paradigm shift. A wise man once said, what you don't hate, you'll allow. And what you'll allow, you'll never change. We got to vote, especially as it relates to state and local levels. The police, state's attorney, and court judges, they're all connected. Now, the city council, the aldermen, they've approved and awarded over $500 million and settlements for police misconduct. Now, I'm not saying that, the family shouldn't have been, or the individuals shouldn't have been awarded the money. But what I'm saying is that they've made it to where police officers can perform misconduct and they'll just write a check to the family and we'll just keep it moving. That's totally unacceptable. Now, some of our aldermen are white, but the majority of them are black. Now, black folks need to understand that all skin folk ain't kinfolk. I'll say that again. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. More importantly, it's the Democratic Party that's doing this. The Republican Party is no better. And some will say that, the Republican Party was the party of Lincoln. And I'll say Lincoln was a racist bastard. And the Republicans and Democrats both held us in bondage. So it's like a two-headed coin. I believe that we need to become independent. I think that's a start to moving forward. Well, you tell them the truth. You tell them that Santa Claus doesn't exist. You tell them that Officer Friendly is friendly to certain segments of the population, not yours. You tell them that the American justice system, as it relates to people who have been classified as black, is disgusting, despicable, and pathetic at best. Then you teach them how to play chess. It's very, very important. Next, you teach them the legal definition of a citizen requires them to pledge allegiance to the United States. Then you teach them the oath of office for all government officials except for the president. And it reads as follows. I, John Smith, do solemnly swear or affirm that I support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will and will faithfully discharge the duties of office on which I am about to enter. So help me God. And as for the president, you teach them, I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. And finally, you explain to them that nowhere, not one solitary word in these oaths, did they swear to defend and protect you or any citizen in this nation. The fairy tales are over.